So subshell notation for D and F block elements, it's more or less the same as the first 20, but it's slightly more complicated. So when we talk about F and D block, what we're talking about are the ones in yellow here, which you may know as the transition elements, and the ones that sit down the bottom in the F block. Okay, if we look at this little diagram again, okay, these are our major energy levels or our shells. These red lines are our subshells. Okay, and remember, we're always filling the layer closest to the nucleus. So we start with 1s, then 2s, then 2p, then 3s, then 3p. But then if we look here, that 4s energy level, which can hold up to 2 electrons, that's what that little 2 means, is actually closer to the nucleus and therefore a lower energy level than the 3d. So it has to be filled first. So you fill 2s, you fill 3s, 3p, then 4s, then 3d. Okay, so when we're filling that D block, what we're actually doing is called backfilling, meaning we've added something to an outer shell, and now we're going back and filling up a shell that's closer to the nucleus. What that looks like in practice, remember this little diagram here, it can help you to remember the order. Okay, so you just write out the shells that there are, and then you do diagonal lines across, and you follow the diagonals. So something like scandium, where you've got 21 electrons. We go through, we fill 1s, 2s, 2p, 2s, 3p. At that point, we've got 3 electrons left. 2 of them are going to go into 4s. And then the last one is going to go into 3d. So you can write it as 4s2, 3d1. Or you can write it as 3d1, 4s2. It doesn't really matter which way around you have those. Because they're starting to get quite long, there's also a shorthand we can use, which is we can write the symbol of the noble gas that they're closest to, the preceding or the previous noble gas, and then just write the S and the D subshells after that. So this, if we write argon, 4s2, 3d1, it shows we've got the electron configuration of argon plus 3 more electrons. Rubidium, see here's one where we're getting really, really long. Okay, we've got to fill 3d, we fill 4s, then we fill 3d, then we fill 4p, then we go to 5s, right, then we're back to 4d. So we include the electron configuration of Kr, which is our closest noble gas. Then we've got 5s2 and 4d6, and we have to include both of those because we've got to include the highest shell, which in this case is the 5. We've also got to include the highest subshell, which is the 4d. And remember those little numbers up top, they're showing how many electrons we put in.